All right.
You
Well,
going?
we're going, but I'm frozen, and you're. All I see is splotches. What'd you do? Spill some paint? Oh, there you go.
Oh yeah. That's my backdrop.
I am totally slow motion on my end. Let me see what I'm doing over here. If I've got anything else open that doesn't need to be open, that might help. Let's get rid of messages. Let's get rid of text edit. And I know I need the scan converter, and I know I need Google Chrome. So we'll see how that does. I'm doing a couple of weird things, Ken. I am streaming the StreamYard into my OBS, and then OBS is streaming out to the other sources. So Spectacle TV is getting the Streamlabs feed, where Spectacle Productions is getting StreamYard is going to Spectacle Productions, and Streamlab is going to Spectacle TV.
You had talked about engaging that kind of technology last time. You were sort of saying, maybe I can try this or whatever. So.
Right, but I don't know where your audio is coming from. How come I don't hear your audio in my ears? And it sounds awful janky.
It sounds different than it did?
Well, I haven't monitored it yet on a I haven't monitored it on the stream yet, so I don't know what that's doing. But the built-in input should be getting audio straight from my soundboard, which is blasting all levels, all tracks. It should just be that one and that one.
Not anything different on my end, but that's
well,
always true.
I need to go to the stream on something and see what it sounds like. Hold on. Let's go to the stream on the iPad, and we'll see what's happening. It says connect to the internet. What the heck? There we go.
Ray's going to be trying to jack in here too. He called to try to get the information on how.
Oh, nice.
So keep an eye out for him and whatever in the green room. I don't know. I can't see the green room, right?
No, but we can fix that. I think there's a way for you to direct as well as I. Accidentally gave Chuck the wrong entry point, and he was able to disconnect everything.
Yeah, that's a lot of power. I don't know if I want that kind of ability.
Give me a second here. I'm pulling it up. It says I can skip the survey. Sling TV, Pluto TV, Fubo TV, or Philo. So if I just go none of the above, they'll leave me alone. Maybe. Alright. So if I just go none of the above, they'll leave me alone. Alright, well, we've got audio. Doesn't sound the best. Sounds like there's a lot of background noise. But hey, we can start the show now. Oh, since nothing's coming through these babies, I don't need them on. So how was your week, Mr. Ken?
Yeah, not too bad. Not too bad. Got a good casino run yet?
That was my next question. You beat me to the punch. What? How'd it go?
I'm up 60 whole hours. So that was good. It was good. The slots were kind yesterday, so that's always good. And I got a free bus ride. So.
Oh, because it was like your fifth time on the bus or something?
No, it broke down a couple weeks ago.
That's right.
Yeah, so they were nice enough to offer us a free ride if we wanted. I was happy to take it.
About to say, you're gracious enough to take it, huh?
Totally. Yeah.
Uh-oh, it looks like Ray's jacked in. Stand by. Let's put him in here. See if we can get him in here. There he is! Old dog, new tricks, man. We're living the dream here in Carriage Town.
We sure are, aren't we, though?
Man, I forgot my hat. Hold on. It gets better when I put my hat on. Hold on. I had my other hat on, but because of the green screen, it didn't work. Check this out. You see all that?
All that, Paul.
Yeah. So I decided not to wear that one.
As I say, it's got some green in it. Oh, that's why you said that.
Hey Ray, what you got in that cup, baby?
You know, I got into my 12-year-old McClellan Scotch this morning because I just understood that they canceled the tariffs on Scotch that the Trump administration had put on due to controversy over years of Airbus something. I don't know. But I'm so happy that the tariffs are off Scotch right now.
Yay!
So I have drinking hot water so I can get into my Scotch later.
Impressive. Impressive. I wanted to tell Ken, look at your calendar. First Thursday after the 17th, you got another free ride to the casino.
Why's that?
What?
I just bought a car. And I need an excuse to go somewhere. So I pick it up on the 17th. Huh?
St. Patrick's Day.
St. Patrick's Day. Oh my goodness, look at this. Well,
Hey, morning, guys.
good morning, Scott. Great to have you.
Thank you. That's what I've been working on.
All right, I'm putting on headphones. Give me a minute. I'm going to catch up with you guys. I can barely hear Scott, so I know it's me.
Yeah, I can hear you fine.
Sure can. Hi, Scott. Doing great. Hanging in there and living the dream like Paul suggested a few minutes ago.
Well, listen. How's it been, man? It's been so long. How you doing, Scott? I just put you full screen. I put you full screen. I was. Nice.
You're editing for who? Belt Magazine? Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Good for you guys.
Great.
Good for you. Hey, Ray, what are you doing to keep busy during the pandemic?
Busy. Be busy. Well, we did a lot of cross-country skiing, believe it or not. Even before the big snowstorm of February, uh, my wife and I got out to Formar at our Ford Creek Golf Course. We can't ski. We try to hike or walk every day. I've been reading a little more. Um, I've been playing my guitar song, trying to just have some fun and go through some songs and amuse myself. Uh, I do have to say, since the new administration, my drinking has gone down a little less. But that seems to be a full-time sport for me lately.
You know, I find that I can't drink anymore. It hurts my stomach. I bought, come Christmas time, I bought one bottle of each of the Jack Daniels. You know, the apple, the fire hot, and I've got 4 bottles of Jack Daniels sitting on my shelf. And I tried to take a shot the other night, and it just gurgled my stomach, something fierce. Now, don't get me wrong, I am going to drink it. I believe it. I believe it. I've got to line my stomach with some Good Beans coffee before I can drink. Ken, that's another reason for you to get back on the ball, baby. You want me to be drunk, don't you?
That's probably the best reason I think I've heard yet. Fire the symbolic back up.
So now, Scott, you've got young kids, don't you? How old are your children? How are you dealing with it, man? How are you dealing with it? Mhm. Right.
some poetry from my friend Justin Scanlon, and just got a book from my friend Guy Adamek, The Splintered History of Wood. Oh, this is extraordinary. But I'm not that far into it, but it's really entertaining. And it's really getting to like how advanced students all the above, you know. Everybody's more reading than I used to be. So it's just not to mention I'm reading a lot. Well, yeah, rationalize eating that. Helps you rationalize eating. So there's that motivation. History of wood, and then a wood means a splinter. A splintered history of wood.
Well, good, good, good. I'm having the hardest time getting our audio together on the internet. There seems to be some loud background noise, like somebody's got a open mic, but I don't hear it through my headphones. I only hear it on the internet, so I don't know where it is, and it's driving me crazy. It's driving me crazy, but that's all right. I really just had to step out the door, Ray. Just had to step out the door. So, what are you guys doing for future plans? What are your plans for next month and the months to come? Do you have plans for September, October, or are we thinking that far out, or is everybody planning on just hunkering down? Do you have plans for September, October, or are we thinking that far out, or is everybody planning on just hunkering down?
Patio and I can
Right.
get my Americano.
Amen. Right. Well, that was another whole component. I mean, what we do here and what we've always done and what industries like ours are all about is, engagement, so social engagement. And I didn't want to provide what I provide in an awkward, unsocial environment. It just wouldn't make sense to me. Or if it made sense, I didn't want to do it. That's not why I went into this business,
Right.
The interaction was as much a part of the product as hospitality industry is. So to be allowed to open, so to speak, under terms that made no sense to me for how I felt about it, I just said I'd rather wait, and I'm fortunate. I'm in a really good position here. I have created some low overhead situations for me here. So for me, it was the right decision, and
No, I think
it was obvious
great.
to me how, so.
That's
So
great.
Ken, as business does get along, and if Congress comes in with some new raising of employment payment, how do you see that affecting you from going to what is federal payment right now, $7.25 an hour, or going to that to $10 in the next 4 years or something?
Yeah.
I mean, that's just a scenario. I don't think they're going to get their 15, but maybe they'll get 10.
I don't see them getting 15 anytime soon. 10 is okay with. I think Michigan means
Losing you.
federal. You losing me? No.
Audio.
I think you're back now, Ken.
Minimum wage is already above federal minimum wage. I don't know how much it is, but for me and for my industry, or I should say my coffee house, because the way I have it set up, I designed it so that I take on a larger amount of the labor percentage here. For me to be able to pay someone more would not be here, because I offset that by so much. I could never pay someone $15 an hour for all of the hours that were open. Set unless we do a couple of things versus again, uh, or have a tremendous uptick in business. Both of those scenarios are possible. So in terms of the $15 an hour minimum wage and us getting there, I think it's going to happen eventually. But it's interesting to me as I go to like a Starbucks, I see 12 people, 12 employees.
Yeah.
And I do the math and I think to myself, how can they afford that? How can they hourly afford that? But it must work out, And then I was thinking, what if there was some different minimum wage for a corporation versus a mom and pop?
Yeah.
So that, the employee knows, I choose to work here, even though I know they're not upholding a corporation minimum wage. Maybe a corporation would are upheld or have to uphold to. I don't know if that's unfair, and I'm just throwing that out there, for conversation.
Yeah, I mean, it's a really interesting thing because I understand the argument for it, but then, my wife's a hairstylist and she always employs an assistant, right? And for them,
Right.
it's kind of this apprenticeship, and she starts them off like $8-9 an hour, I think, but that cuts into a lot, and that's she's not working for that's a lot. And for 15, when she heard that, she thought her first reaction was like, we're going to make a lot less money because that's a lot more I've got to do. And so, yeah, it's very different between that and, making sure someone who's packing up Amazon boxes or something, right? Like,
Yeah.
those are apples and oranges. But then from a policy perspective, how do you differentiate that, right?
Yeah.
Correct.
So it's tough.
Well,
And go ahead, Ray.
well, it just seems amazing, I guess just from a little interview with on PBS last night, talking to a Republican and then a Democrat, and it's like minimum wage hasn't been raised since 2007.
Really?
Yeah, I mean that's an incredible long time.
Yeah.
Well,
And I don't know how people can make it on. I mean, it's not. I'm glad I'm not in that scenario that's the only job I can get. Of course, it may be at this age. So.
Well, it's interesting because I feel like there are some jobs that are almost designed to I'll hire a kid in high school to work here part time, and I'll pay him $7 an hour or something, right? And I wonder how you take that into account, because I don't think that anyone who's that employer doesn't see that job as the kind of thing where they're going to pay someone a wage where they could support themselves or family or something, right? Like, it's just, whether that's a political thing or just a cultural thing, like, we have those jobs, right? Like,
Right.
Yeah.
work in the store after school for 2 hours every day after school, and that's just what the person needs. And so it's like you were saying, it's kind of hard to lump all labor into one box that way.
But as far as I've known, it's always has been. They haven't separated it out between a GM worker and somebody bagging groceries.
right.
It's never been a separation. I think it's too involved to do that, for one thing. But I understand it would be a great concept. I like the idea of it. But I'm just curious, because it just seems there's so much money that's gone to the top in the last 20 years that it just seems like almost another sit-down strike. Oh man, I can't even remember, Paul. I really, I can't.
$1.85 for me. $1.85, and I remember I got a raise up to $2.35. I bagged groceries at a local grocery, an OK Market, a IGA, Independent Grocer Market. Yeah, sure do. That was 19. That was 19.
I got paid like $5.25 an hour when I started working after school in high school.
1978.
I think my first job, I think I got paid like $5.25 an hour when I was in high school.
Which was 79 or when?
Yeah, because right. by 19 by the time I quit there, I think I was up to $3.15 an hour or something like that, and I had moved to produce, so I got a raise because I moved into produce on Saturdays. I took care of the shells and stuff in the produce department.
So
Right. Face nice. Oh, they don't. Paul. They don't like anything. You don't have to worry.
really,
Well, everything's regional. I mean, I say everything's regional. I mean, there's no way.
yeah.
Uh, uh, if you live in California or on either coast, you could make it on $7 an hour. That's just impossible. But that's because rent, one bedroom, if you're lucky enough to get a bedroom, in a studio's $1,500 a month. I mean, you
Yeah.
take a look at rent around here. That's just not the way it is. There's several. Exactly. Well, absolutely. And the states,
Yeah.
as always, will push the envelope on this. I think California's, Oregon's minimum wage is 15, isn't it?
Was it Oregon or was
Uh,
it Washington? I feel like Washington.
Washington, right? I'm sorry, Washington. Yeah,
Oh, I didn't know that. That's interesting. Uh-huh.
yeah. The state pushes it, and there are federal, or there are states, I think, like Kentucky, where you know it, you're going to get paid $7.25 because the government says that's the federal minimum wage.
Well,
And
Yeah.
Kentucky said, okay, we're going to raise it on our own. But like I say, I think Michigan is $9.25. I think.
I think it is too. And well, what's interesting, Ken? I hadn't thought about that, but like, if the state next door has a higher minimum wage, um, and you start to see your people going there for work, and if that creates a boon in their economy, well, you better respond. So
Yeah.
I wonder that'd be an interesting, um, yeah, that's an interesting look at it. Yeah, I haven't looked into what's been going on in Washington and how it's affected their economy. Um, have you read anything about like what it's done for the better, the worse, or anything?
In terms of wages,
Well, I mean,
and
so they've got I'm just curious. I mean, there's these critiques from both sides, right? The conservatives tend to say this will cripple the economy. Employers can't do this. You're going to have you're going to have more people on unemployment because they can't pay as many workers. Whereas, the liberal argument is more like, no, this will raise the cost of or get people out of poverty. It'll increase all the things we're talking about now. So I'm curious if either side is seeing their argument come into fruition, or if there's other unexpected things. Because I haven't looked into it in Washington.
Yeah. I haven't either, but I guess what I'm thinking is at some point a cost of living component needs to be included in that wage scenario.
Yeah, maybe it's an equation. Maybe it's not a dollar amount.
Exactly.
Yeah.
My Kentucky comment was a for example only. I don't know that's how they are, um, but yeah, in terms of California, I think if you were to apply at a McDonald's in California, I have no idea what you'll get paid, but it's got to be more than you're getting paid at a McDonald's here. It's just got to be. I mean,
Yeah.
And from entry level all the way up to McDonald managers.
Sure.
If we wanted to pick on an industry,
All
that's
right,
at least
next topic. We beat this one to death. How about those Tigers, huh? How about those Tigers? Oh, they're at spring training, spring training and all that. Well, no, March is crazy. March is a crazy month. You got the lamb out there, you got the lion out there, you've got March Madness, you've got the Ides of March, you've got March 17th, which is St. Patrick's Day. On top of that, March is 31 days long. This is a hell of a month to get through.
you forgot inauguration.
Oh, that's right. Was that yesterday?
Yeah, it was.
Oh, okay.
So that's news. Yeah, we missed it.
I have finally gotten to the point. Where I don't trust March anymore, because my brain always kicks in and says spring is here.
Yeah.
And I'm 38 now, and finally, as a Michigander, I'm like, you know what? Nope. You just got to suffer through whatever this month is going to throw at you, and then you can accept it as spring.
And
Yep.
maybe even April.
Maybe even April. Yep.
Yeah. It's sounding much better, Paul. Thank you.
I was going to say it looks good too.
All right. How about a quick 5 minutes? Are you filling out any forms for the water crisis settlement? No. Are you going to sign the opt-out release? Okay.
Did you get this in the mail? This big.
I did. The
did you?
packet, you mean?
Yeah. Have you delved into it?
Just enough to figure out that I am gonna apply for a claim and take it as far as I can. I mean, I'm gonna be paying sky high rocket water prices the rest of my life here.
Yes, you
And
are.
if I can get a little, claim on, hey, I'm buying water that wasn't good for me. Can you give me $50? I'm gonna take it, I guess. I don't know. Yeah. Yeah, yeah. Uh-huh.
Or
Well,
your kids.
yeah, or your kids. For the bone lead thing.
Oh man.
Yeah. Well,
So,
I
so
just wondered what everybody thought about it. Do you feel that there's other lawsuits that are going to bring more money if you opted out on this one? I think one of the things about opting out is that it gives you an avenue of more legal uh, uh, cases or uh-huh.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, I mean, I feel like it would probably. Right. Well, I mean, I don't think you can file a lawsuit for the same thing, right? And this one does seem fairly comprehensive in terms of what it's supposed to be compensating people for, even though it's not much. So I would think that if a lawyer took it on, it would have to be another huge class action lawsuit, right? So I mean,
Well, I
how
think
long is
there's
that?
still some out there. I think some of people are still doing that, though. I
Are
think
they?
there's still organization for other class action suits, but I haven't researched it. I don't know. I really don't know, but I agree with you. I think that this is kind of the only solution that's going to happen. That's the only retribution or the only thing that's going to come to the people.
so we have to make.
Oh
No,
no,
it was
I was just gonna echo what Ray was saying. I didn't do it because it was such a dismal thing. I almost did it. I started a letter from the editor that was pretty much talking about how with this settlement and then seeing the charges against Snyder and company, um, it's really disheartening because even though I never felt like we were really going to see anything resembling actual justice, right? Um, you still don't know. We're still kind of hanging on to something. Maybe something will happen. Well, now we got the answer,
Yeah.
right? 600 million spread across all this stuff, some minor charges against most of the people involved, and that's it.
Yeah, I think
so
you're right.
this $641 million figure, right, that I keep hearing talked about. And then I also hear this by the deadline of March 31st. So that's the opting in. But what I don't get is there more than one lawyer firm going after the 641, or is by March 31st your opt-in date? If you're not in, you're out, and whoever is in, that set of lawyers is going after a portion of that 641, and there's more hanging back here. I don't get all of that, but I think I'll fill it out. I pay 3 different water bills, right? So I got
Yeah.
three different of those envelopes. Well,
Yeah.
I guess, do I fill them all out? I don't know. And, I think at some point,
Interesting.
I got a free lead line replacement, that has some value. Are they going to use that as, well, you've already been compensated. Here's your compensation. We put that in for free for you. I just don't know. It's just weird. We were promised all these things with water that I don't know. The Kira Gandhi thing, that nobody even talks about that anymore.
Yeah.
The water rates. I pay, like I said, 3 different water bills. Once in a while, I'll have a zero usage. At zero usage, the bill is $57.
Yeah.
The water in the sewer itself is only $10.50 a unit.
Wow.
Combined. So those rates are pretty cheap, but it's that $57 cost that everybody pays, right? And what if you didn't pay your water bill? I paid my water bill. What if you didn't?
Yeah.
Do you go scot-free? Pardon me, Scott.
It's okay. It's okay. 100%. Gentlemen, I've got a thing at noon. I have to take off. It was excellent seeing all of you. Hopefully I'll be
You too.
next Friday.
Sounds great, Scott.
Yeah, I learned my lesson, man. Here I am.
Right,
I'm
right.
figured down. So,
That's
all right.
public
See you,
media.
fellas.
Good to see you, Scott.
Yeah, take care, guys.
Bye.
Bye, Scott. Does it come with a cigar? I don't think you have a choice. When you sign up to get the vaccine and show up, it's what's on the table. I don't think they're saying, do you want Johnson Johnson? Do you want Moderna? They're not giving you choices. Now, maybe in a year from now they might, but I don't think right now it's just whatever they have supplied there. Well, I guess you'd have to do a lot of searching and digging, but if you call the health department and they give you an appointment to go get a vaccine, they're not going to say, what do you want? It's going to be whatever the facility has. Isn't that how you get it, Ken? Or
That's exactly. I know Moderna made them, Pfizer made them, and Johnson & Johnson, but I don't know that anybody can choose which one they want. I think, whatever they sent to your municipality is the vaccine you're going to get in your arm if you sign up. That's my understanding. No, I think that's exactly where we are still. I mean, like I said, I've always been the last on. I'm at the very bottom of the list. The only newest information I've heard is Biden said just yesterday, didn't he, that everything's moved up to now. Any adult that wants it will have it by the end of May. Is the newest information I've heard about how much further we are in terms of 1 million a day versus any more or less than that, which was a figure that was thrown out back when that seemed impossible. So, well, you mean with the no mask, everything open, that thing, or yeah. Yeah. So I suppose he's saying, to, and I don't care to defend him, but I guess what he's saying is, if you don't want to go out, you don't have to. But if you want to, you can without a mask. I guess. I mean, it's kind of weird to me. It's a freedom thing or whatever versus a health thing. Uh, he's not forcing it. Yeah, and I want to be. And I'm here. I just try to check myself and say, he's. But it's true. It's like, what's it hurting to mandate people wear a mask? It's not hurting anything. But someone would disagree with me. Not vaccinated.
Oh,
Okay.
no, oh, yeah.
Ah, and none of them have. Yeah. Wow. Wow.
Wow. Yeah. Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right. Right. Yeah.
Well, yeah. Okay. Wow.
Wow.
Wow. Wow. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. 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 Oh, yeah.
Mm.
Well, that's kind of why it's the Republican the the Republican mascot. That's the mascot. You know, you just nailed it.
I got thanks and thanks and thanks and thanks all to you, Paul. The light you brought me today is awesome, but the avocado toast was amazing, uh, and Spectacle Productions itself. Thank you so much. Your council meetings are accessible to folks who couldn't go, and you make a lot of things possible, and I appreciate you, Paul.
Uh, no, just thank you very much, Paul, for your continued support as a citizen, a neighbor, a get out there and tell the truth, promoter of your Spectacle Productions and your wonderful family. And now you're barking dogs. I don't know. The one dog was good. Hey, we held in there. Amen.